Who can try? The word geography. What does it stand for? I'm not asking for the definition. Okay, let's start like this. Geography is derived from what language? Are you sure it's Latin? You are not sure? Please talk to me. Please be sure. Talk to me. Greek, thank you very much. How many words from Greek? Joe. Joe. Isn't it? Yes. How many words? 2 words from Greek language, isn't it? Yes, it's derived from 2 Greek words. The first word is what? Joe. What about the other one? The second one is what? Graph. 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 The Joe means what? The Joe means earth. Means earth. What about the graph? It means description, isn't it? Description. It means description. So if you put the two together, what do you have? Description of the earth, or earth's what? Description. Thank you very much. But that is what you have in your textbook, right? That's what you have been taught to know, isn't it? The geography go beyond the earth what? Description. Isn't it? Yes. Most often time you write exam, you're asked to define geography. You say geography is defined as the description of what? The earth. And if I am in the shoe of the examiner, I will only give you 2 over 10. If the question is to carry 10 marks, I'll give you 2 over 10. Not a full mark, isn't it? Now, for you to know the actual definition of geography, you have to ask some certain questions, and those questions needed to be answered properly or correctly. Exactly now. Okay. The next question is that geography is the description of the earth. The next question is, what is on earth that geography is what? Describing. Isn't it? Just say, for instance, if I walk into the classroom and I ask you a question, or I just meet you and say, brother, on my way coming, I met this girl, very pretty lady, or a pretty girl, isn't it? Figure 8, Coca-Cola shape, isn't it? I think you'll be tempted to ask me a question. True or false? Brother, it's like you like this girl, the way you are describing the girl. True or false? True, sir. Then, if geography is describing the earth, there is something very important on earth that geography is what? Describing. So what is that important thing on earth that geography is describing? Who can answer that question? The earth crust. The earth crust? I think I'll give you 1 over 20, yes? Water. 1 over 20, yes? What is that important thing that makes geography to start describing the earth? How the earth works. 1 over 20, yes? How many of you study your social study very well? Social study, isn't it? In your JSS1, the introduction to social study, isn't it? When you see the introduction, and they say they not define geography. I mean, social study was defined as the study of man in his what? In his what? Environment. What are the environments? Social and physical what? Environment. Whether you call it environment, the environment of a man is the surrounding of the man. Environment of man is what? The surrounding of the man. And the surrounding of the man is the earth where the man lives. Is that understood? The man lives on where? Lives on earth. So geography describes the earth because the man lives on earth. So geography is a course or a subject that describes the earth as a home of what? Man. Can we write? Geography is a course or a subject that described the earth as a home of what? Man. Write it quickly. Quickly. Or should I write it on the board? You can naturally take dictation. It's a subject or a course that describes the earth as a home of man. That definition will only give you half of the mark. That definition will give you what? Half of the mark. The first one has been the description of the earth can only give you 1 or 2 over 10. But that this particular definition here, that geography is a course or a subject that describes the earth as a home of man, is only half of the mark. If the whole question is to carry 10 marks, you can only get 5/10. Are we there now? Let's go to the complete definition. Just like we ask a question and we answer to get this definition, a complete or a perfect definition, we need to ask another question. Is geography a science? If geography is a science, what kind of science? Is it a social science that describes the behavior of a man, or simply a natural science like physics and chemistry, isn't it? Or both? Is it a natural science or a physical science, or it's simply what? A social science? Who can answer that question? Yes? In natural science? Are you sure? That means just like every other subject have its practical and is carried out in the laboratory, it means you also carry out what? Practical in geography. True or false? And it has a laboratory, isn't it? I will take that partially, yes? Yes, physical is also natural. Exactly now. Yes. Now, previously, we know geography to be just a social science. Exactly now. But recently, it is discovered that geography is both what? A natural science and also what? A social science. Dealing with the behavior of a man as a social science, also talking about what? A practical aspect of it, like what? Physics and chemistry. Exactly now. So geography is both natural and social science. Now, let's prove that geography is what? A natural science like physics and chemistry. Can we prove it now? Yes, geography. Not, yes, but I have not put it on the board yet. Let me prove it before giving you the definition. Geography as a natural or physical science. We have proof to show that geography is a natural or a physical what? Science. Now, geography describes the earth. True or false? So, number one proof that geography is a natural science is that the earth is an embodiment of what? Science. It's an embodiment of what? Science. That the earth contains all the science we are talking about. Call all the chemicals that you can think of. Call all the elements that you can think of. All of them describe the natural science of what? The earth, isn't it? And geography describing the earth. It's going to be a kind of a misconception that you will give birth to a child and somebody will come to your house and say you are not the father or the mother of that child. The earth bring out all the sciences we are talking about, and geography is describing the earth as a home of a man. So in that view, we can look at the geography as what? A natural science. That geography is the earth what? It's an embodiment of what? Science. And that made geography a natural science. Number two proof to show that geography is a natural science. Now, geography carried out is practical. Either you can call it what? A weather station or a geography field. Is that understood? The weather station is erected in every school in an open place where the recordings and all the measurement of all sciences that regarding geography is being carried out. Number one, we can look at what? The recording and the measurement of what? Element of weather and climate. The recording of the amount of rainfall per day, per week, per month. The recording of what? Temperature. Have to do with what? The scientific nature of what? Sciences. It has to follow the scientific what? Processes, isn't it? What are the what are the traditional scientific processes? Those natural or traditional scientific processes are what? Observation, hypothesis, experiment, laws, and what? Theories. And in carrying out the recording of weather or the measurement of weather elements, follow all the scientific what? processes. Now, we can record the amount of rainfall today, amount of temperature for today, and tomorrow it will help us to predict the occurrence of the same thing in the nearest future. Exactly now. And that follow the scientific word processes. And in that view, you can look at geography as a physical or a natural science. Now, let's go to geography as what? A social science. Geography as what? A social science. Are we clear on that now? Now, when we talk about the social science, all social science courses and subjects talk about the behaviors of human being. Behavior of what? Human being. And what are the behaviors of human being? What are the human behaviors we are talking about? Is it fighting? Showing of emotion? Greetings? How many of you know that even animals show emotions even more than human beings? Are you aware? The cock dance for the hen. And if I ask you, have you ever danced for your girlfriend? Then my girl, stand, let me dance for you. When we say human behavior, these behaviors are exclusive to human being alone and cannot be carried out by any other animals. Fighting, animal does fighting. True or false? You've seen them fighting before, isn't it? Which animal have you seen fighting before? Goat, dogs, yes. Yes. Nice. Birds in general, isn't it? They fight. What about emotions? You've seen animal showing emotion. Have you seen a he goat versus the? Have you seen them before? Yes, sir. You see them the way they romance. True or false? Yes. Human being does that, and animals also does that, isn't it? Those human behaviors are three. One, we talk about association, which is done by human being as less of the other animals. Exactly now. Yes, then we'll talk about interaction, like we are doing now. Then we'll talk about what? Socialization, which is exclusive to human being alone. Let's pick the first one. No, there is a thin line between the two. I will explain it to you exactly now. When we talk about association, we are talking about the process or a system where human beings mingle together. Mingle what? Together. Irrespective of their tradition, religion, skin complexion, and even what? Location or cultural background. Exactly now. So we can associate, not minding where we are coming from or the kingdoms where we belong to. Exactly now. Somebody from London can come to Nigeria and associate with us. True or false? You watch movies, you watch football matches, isn't it? That even we have a Nigerian playing in London. True or false? And when the ball or a goal is being scored, what happens? They celebrate with one another. Did they segregate because of skin complexion? Did they segregate because you are coming or you are coming from Nigeria and they are not from Nigeria? Is there any segregation? No, there is no segregation. If you take that matter to the lower animals, because you know that human being is a higher animal, isn't it? Take the matter to the lower animals. Let's say the kingdom of lion and then the kingdom of goat playing a football or forming a team together. A team of football match between a goat, that comprises of what? Goat and what? Lions, and they are playing together in the same team. And then instead of scoring a goal, the goat mistakenly fire off target when the lion is already celebrating, and then the goat as a team member misfire. What do you think will happen? Or can you have a church like we do on Sundays? Then you come to the church, you see Igbo, you see Hausa, you see Yoruba in the same church. Can you have a church that comprises of one lion and goat in the same church and you are sitting side by side? Is it possible? But it's possible with human beings. Have you ever opened your door? Then you see cat and rat playing tentem together. You seen them before? Possible? But it's possible with human beings, isn't it? A Chinese lady can get married to a Nigerian man, true or false? And vice versa, isn't it? It happens. But have you seen a dog getting married to a rabbit and they live happily in the same home? It's not possible. Maybe on Valentine's Day. When is Valentine's self? Tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Forgotten the date too, I don't know. You are just reminding me, but I don't know. So on Valentine's Day, you see Mr. Dog carrying Mrs. Rabbit. and they are working together for Valentine, wearing the same clothes, cheering each other up. Let's leave that, isn't it? It means association is exclusive to human being and not to the lower animals. Interaction, as we are doing like this, exchange of ideas and knowledge, isn't it? We are doing it now, true of us. Let's assume in this class we have different tribes here, isn't it? We can have Igbo here, we have Yoruba, Hausa, and different tribes from other states, isn't it? In this same class, and we are exchanging ideas and knowledge, true of us. But is it possible to have a program like you are going to have tomorrow, and then different animals will come? Tiger will come, lion will come, goat will come. Let's assume that the goat is the MC of the program, and just like in a wedding in Cana in Galilee, just announce that before the food reach Mr. Lion, just announce that the food has finished. What do you think will happen? The goat just announced, Mr. Lion, please, thank you for coming, but the food has finished. What do you think will happen to that MC? Eh? I think like the popular street slogan, blood over stain, isn't it? The MC will just disappear and nothing will be done about it. Now talk about celebration, socialization. We shall look at this as the way of what? Celebrations. What and what do we celebrate as human beings? Christmas. Yes, do you celebrate Christmas? I thought you were a Muslim. Okay. What about you? What do we celebrate apart from Christmas? What else do you celebrate? Easter. We're waiting. Kasuva. Yes. New Year. Birthdays. What about marriage anniversary? Do you celebrate that? Yes. You say? Salah. Okay. You celebrate that, true of us. We celebrate some girlfriends celebrate their relationship anniversary. 1 year relationship anniversary, 2 years, and what have you, isn't it? Yes. Like that. And then make the guy to spend a huge sum of money, isn't it? Like that. This behavior is for human being alone. Let's look at Mr. Lion and the daughter is getting married, and then Mr. Goat is an uninvited guest. Then appear in the program and mistakenly throw away the food. What do you think will happen? Blood over what? What do animals celebrate? What do they celebrate like human beings? Animals, what do they celebrate?
They celebrate, some of the animals they celebrate rainfall.
Rainfall?
Yes.
They celebrate childbirth.
Childbirth? Animal? Yes. I'm not saying that. Forget the movies that you watch.
Rainfall.
Rainfall. Have you seen one before?
No, because most of the time I watch all this animal during the time when it's rainy season. They migrate to what do we call it? The tropical rainforest.
Yes.
Where there is no.
Yes.
So when it's rain time, we now go back to the savannah.
Okay.
And when they are going back to that savannah.
Is that celebration?
Yeah, that's sort of.
Do they gather like you're going to gather here tomorrow?
That's the place where they migrate. When they migrate, they usually go much.
Okay, and in their group, mixture of them.
Yes.
Lion, goat, cat, rat, dog, and rabbit in their. I'm talking about being mixed together.
No.
I give an example of Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo from different kingdoms mixed together, or other countries coming to mix with us here. I'm talking about their mixtures of animals together in one environment, and they are dancing. You do me, I do you. God no go vex. Possible? It's not possible. They don't do celebration like that, isn't it? The human will carry out celebration. So you can see that geography is both what? A natural science and what? A social science. Can we write now? We are only trying to prove geography as both science. So geography is a science course. A complete definition now. Geography is a science course, right? I can put it here. You can take it from here. It's a science. It's a science course or subject that describes the earth as a home of man. It's complete there now. Isn't it? Are you writing? It's on the board. I just added this. So we can either a natural science or a social science is simply what? A science course. that describe the earth as a home of man. There is a perfect definition. The other one that you know, a popular one, that description of the earth. As an examiner, if I'm marking that, I'll not give you a full mark. Just less of that mark I'll give to you. I believe I've been able to introduce you to geography, isn't it? Perfectly well. Now we can go to our topic proper. Topic what? Proper. That's my duster. Latitude and distance.
That's what of longitude.
It's longitude and local time. We'll finish one before we go to the other. Forget the fact that your textbook will merge it as latitude and longitude. Okay? But we need to have it separate. Treat them separately. Exactly now. Can we continue now? As the normal interaction. Now, who can tell me what is latitude? You cannot be gesticulating like that in the exam hall. What is latitude? In this class, it's like the boys are taking over, isn't it? You're nodding your head and you're not telling me anything. The popular one you know as the meaning of latitude simply means an imaginary line drawn on the Earth's surface, running from what? East to west, dividing the Earth into two parts, north and south, which is measured in what? Degree, isn't it? That's the popular one you know. But let's write this. This summary definition covers everything that you know in that lengthy definition that I just gave to you. Latitude is an angular distance of a point drawn from the center of the Earth. The center of the Earth either northward or southward. Is that clear now? From the center of the Earth. Such is said to be what? Latitude. A distance that is drawn on the Earth's surface, running from east to west, dividing the Earth into two parts. What are the parts? North and south. Isn't it? That is what? Latitude. And these lines are measured in what? Degrees. True or false? Let's look at the lines. I hope you draw it on very well. This is north, south, east, and what? West. This is the line we say is drawn from the center of the Earth into what? North and south. Is that clear now? And it's running from what? East to west. Now the other lines, apart from this one, because this particular one is called the equator, which is measured what? 0 degree. We have another one here, which is called the Tropic of what? Cancer. Then we have the Arctic Cycle here. This is the Tropic of Capricorn. And we have the Antarctic Cycle. Should I write it for you?
Yes, sir.
Arctic cycle. This is a tropic. Capricorn. We have Tropic of Cancer, sorry. We have this is measured 90-degree north. This is measured 66.5-degree north. This is measured 23.5-degree north. This is measured 23.5-degree south. This is measured 66.5-degree south. This is measured 90-degree south. I hope you draw your own very well. Some of you are drawing basins. You don't look like slippers. Let me see yours. I believe the geography students, most of you are science students, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So how come you are drawing with pen instead of pencil? You are like a farmer. You are expected to come to this farm with your tools complete. With complete tools. Eh? You don't know you are having it today. I didn't know. So next time if you are coming, come with complete tools so that if they ask you for any of the tools, you can bring it out, isn't it? All right. I believe we can clean here. Now, the nature of the weather or the condition of weather you will experience, it depends on the location where you find yourself on these lines. Exactly now. The lines you are seeing here is not just a straight line. Like you are seeing, it's not a straight line. It's like a ring. It's like what? A ring like this. Round it. Like a ring. Round it. I forget to say this one is called the equator, which is measured 0 degree. It's round the earth, not just a straight line. You can call it lines. You can call them lines. You can call them what? Cycles. Call them what? Cycles. You can call them distances. Exactly now. On the earth's surface. I hope we are together, right? Now look at the board here. Let me explain to you. We have the Arctic cycle, the Tropic of Cancer. I'm jumping the equator exactly now. I'm also having the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic cycle. Now watch here very carefully. How many of you know that from the equator here upward, the line gets shorter towards the pole? As you move upward, the line gets shorter and shorter. This one is longer than the straw of us. But how many of you also notice that as the lines get shorter towards the pole, the degrees increases? The line is decreasing in length, but the degree does what? Increases from 0 to 23 to 66 and 90 degree. Do you notice that? Now, just notice I'm coming back to that. Then aside that, the only line that divides the earth into two equal parts here is the equator. Is what? The equator. Any line that can divide the earth into two equal parts is called great cycle. Great what? Cycle. Great what? Cycle. Write it down. Any line that can divide the earth into two equal parts is called great cycle. It's called what? Great cycle. Great cycle. You can write it as great cycle. So looking at the board, the only great cycle in latitude is what? Equator. The only great cycle in latitude is what? Equator. Thank you very much. Have you written that? But there are other lines here that can divide the earth into two parts but not equal parts. There are other lines or cycles that can divide the earth into two parts but not equal parts. Now watch it. If I erase the rest of this line down, can this one divide it into two equal parts? But into two, isn't it? What about this? Into two only. What about this one? Into two only. What about this one? Those lines or cycles that cannot divide the earth into two equal parts, they are called small cycles. The lines that cannot divide the earth into two equal parts are called small cycles. Are called small cycles. The lines that cannot divide the earth into two equal parts are called what? Small cycles. Is that clear now? All right. Small cycles. Now let's go to the board again from the diagram here. Those lines that are called small cycles here in latitude, they are also called parallels of latitude. Those small cycles in latitude are also called what? Parallels of latitude. Are also called parallels of latitude. Are also called parallels of latitude. Are we done with that? All right. Write with me. They are called parallels of latitude because they lie side by side. Because they lied side by side, lied, persons of length.
Side by side.
Lied side by side. Side by side. And towards the equator. Because they lie side by side and towards the equator. Now watch here. They are side by side, isn't it? They lie side by side, two of us. And all of them what? Are towards what? The equator. That's why they are called parallels of latitude. In mathematics, all parallel lines are lines that never meet. True of us. All this I have explained to you is from the diagram here. Exactly now. Now the subheading. Important lines of latitude. Important lines of latitude. Important lines of latitude. Subheading. Important lines of latitude. Important lines of latitude. Number 1. Arctic cycle, which is measured 66.5 degrees north. Number 2, Tropic of Cancer, which is measured 23.5 degrees north. We have the equator, which is measured 0 degree. We have the tropic, Capricorn, which is measured 23.5 degrees south. We have the number 5, the Antarctic cycle, which is measured 66.5 degrees south. Then we have number 6, we have latitude 90 degree north. Number 7, we have latitude 90 degree south. How many important lines of latitude we have on the board there? Are you sure? Let's take it one by one. Number 1.
Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north. Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north. Equator
0 degree.
0 degree. Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle 66.5 degrees south. Latitude 90 degree north. Latitude 90 degrees south.
7 in numbers. You will not forget that, right? Go ahead.
With this thing, can they use it to get someone's location?
We are coming to that. I title it as latitude and distance. We are coming to that. Exactly now. To find the distance between two places on the Earth's surface, we are coming to that. All right, the next thing we talked about now, we are going to talk about now is features of the lines of what? Latitude, or features of latitude. Exactly now. I can clean this place now. Eh? Can I clean here now? No, don't mind them. Can I clean it now? Are you done? Who is saying wait? You are not part of us. You will sit here. The reason why I'm still leaving the diagram, because whatever we are going to do is going to be coming out of the diagram exactly now. I think I need to wipe the diagram. Number 1. All the lines of latitude run from east to west. Number 2. The lines of latitude decreases in length towards the pole. Number 4. Number 5. Latitude have just a great cycle called equator. Number 6. The lines of latitude are called parallels of latitude. Except equator. Number 7. All parallels of latitude are called small cycles. Are we writing? Be fast with it. Number 8. The lines of latitude together with the lines of longitude are used to locate exact points on the Earth's surface. All these things are from that diagram I gave to you. Number 9. I use to find a distance between two places on the Earth's surface. These are some of the characteristics we can find out from latitude. Number 1, we say that all the lines of latitude run from east to west. Is there in your diagram, isn't it? They are drawn from east to west. Number 2, we say that all the lines of latitude are measured in degrees. All of them are measured, isn't it, in degrees. Then we talk about number 3, all the lines of latitude decreases in length towards the pole. From equator to the north pole and from equator to the south pole, the line decreases, isn't it? But as the line decreases, what happens? The degree does what? Increases. That is the next number. Then number 5, latitude have just a great cycle called what? Equator, isn't it? It's the only great cycle in latitude. And I believe that is one of the similarity between latitude and longitude. Both of them have great cycles. Okay. Then we say number 6, all the lines of latitude are called parallels of latitude, except what? Equator. Then number 7, all parallels of latitude are called small cycles. Then number 8, if you put the lines of latitude together with the lines of longitude, it will enable you to find absolute point or exact point on the Earth's surface. Then we have number 9. The reason why we are studying it in the first place is that number 9, that the lines of latitude are used to find the distance between two places on the Earth's surface. That's one of the reasons why we are even studying latitude in the first place. All right. The next thing we are going to talk about now is the uses of the lines of latitude. 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 Uses of the lines of latitude. Can I clean the board now?
Yes, sir.
Except number 9. Uses number 1. Uses number 2. Can you write it down? Those are the uses. Uses number 1 and uses number 2. To find an absolute point on the Earth surface, and to what? To find the distance between 2 points on the Earth surface. Those are the 2 uses of the lines of latitude. Not one number your own like that. You must write it out. Write it out. Sister, write it out, okay? Number 8 becomes number 1, and number 9 becomes number what? 2. Sister, are you with us? So the way you are sitting, you look like a literature student, but you're not offering geography. So why are you mingling with us? Eh? Are you done with the uses? Yes. Let's go now to the reason why we are studying this in the first place. Can I wipe the board clean now? Be fast about it. We have a lot to cover, so be fast about it. Be fast about it. We have a lot to cover. Even though if I wipe the board, you can pick it out from the characteristics, isn't it?
That's from that.
You stay there, you have copied it, now just bring it out. How to find the distance between 2 places on the Earth's surface. Listen. How to find the distance between 2 places on the Earth's surface. I may be using places, I may be using points or locations. It stands for the same thing exactly now. Either I call it places or locations. Now, to find the distance between 2 places on the Earth's surface, there are certain steps you must follow. Exactly now. There are steps you must strictly what? Follow to enable you find the distance between 2 places on the Earth's surface. Step number 1. Step number 1. Find the 2 places involved. Find the 2 places involved. 2 places that are involved in equations. Bring them out. Write them out clearly. Exactly now. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Find the difference in latitude. Find the difference in latitude of the 2 places involved. Of what? The two places involved. That step 2 have sub steps. The step 2 have what? Sub steps. Let's look at the sub steps. A of number 2. If the two places are in north, if the two places are in north, what do? You subtract. You subtract what? The degrees. You subtract the degrees. The B part of it. If the two places are in south, south to south, you do the same thing. Subtract the degrees. They say if they are in different places, north towards south, what do? You add the degrees. A day, let's reverse it. South to what? North. What do? You add. E part of it. If one is in the north or in the south to latitude or to equator, which is 0 what? Degree. You either add or what? Subtract the degrees. Note this. Note that in subtracting, you always subtract the lower degree from the higher degree. When you want to subtract, ensure that you are subtracting the lower degree from the higher degree. If I have 20 degree and I have 40 degree, which one is higher? 40. So I'll write 40 then minus what? 20. Subtract the lower degree from the higher degree all the time. Step 3. Step number 3 is your distance you are finding. Your distance is equal to difference in latitude. Difference in latitude. You multiply it by the approximate distance, which is 11 km. The approximate what? 111 kilometer is said to be called approximate what? Distance. Now the question is, how do you get the approximate what? Distance? Please, the noise is coming from behind. Please less the noise. How to find approximate distance? If you multiply this lateral difference by approximate distance, you arrive at your answer. But how did you come about the approximate distance? Is what I want to show you. The approximate distance is equal to the total circumference of the earth divided by what? A complete cycle. A complete cycle is called a perfect cycle. And a perfect cycle is what? 360 degrees. And the total circumference of the earth is 40,085 degree. I mean kilometer. 40,085 what? Kilometer. Approximate distance is equal to the earth circumference All over what? 360 degree. If you further put it, it's going to be what? 40,085 kilometer over what? 360 degree. If you calculate it, you have this approximate what? Distance. If you want to check your calculator, 4,085 kilometer divided by 360 degree. What do you have? 40085 divided by 360 degree. What do you have? You're not fast in punching your calculator. That is, if you approximate it, what do you have? 111 km. Exactly now. What is called approximate distance. So these are the steps you must follow to find the distance between 2 points on the Earth surface. Right. We're going through examples now. Example 1. We'll ensure that we follow the step to arrive at the answer. Example 1. Are we there? Calculate the distance. Calculate the distance in a straight line. Calculate the distance in a straight line between Tema. Yes. Are you seeing that? Tema is latitude 60 degree north. And London. London. And London. London is latitude 52 degree north. Have you written that?
Yes, sir.
Show all your working clearly. Show all your working clearly. No, I will solve this and I'll give you the cheaper one to do. Do you understand that? Yeah, the one that is cheap. I'll give you that one to do. Let's follow the step. We have attempt, isn't it? Let's look at it. The names of the places, isn't it? That is step 1, isn't it? Find the places involved. The first place is what? What is the latitude? Excuse me.
Yes.
Please, sorry, it's not 66 degrees. Change it to 6 degrees. Sorry. 6 degree north. Sorry. 6 degree north. And the other one is what? How many of you have been to London before? Eh? You've been to London before?
Yes.
In the night? Okay, she said in the night. Okay, she used to.
London is
This is step what? 1. Isn't it? Step 2, we have to find the difference in latitude. You can call it latitude difference. What do you do when it is not or not? What do you do?
Subtract.
So, and when you are subtracting, what do you do?
The big one minus the small one. Yeah?
You take away the lower latitude from the higher latitude, which is what? 52 degree minus what? 6 degree what? Not. So our latitude difference is what? 6 minus 52, what do you have? 40. 52 minus 6, what do you have?
46.
Are you sure it's 46?
Yes.
Punch your electronics calculator for me. Oga.
Size 46.
46. 46 degree. This is our step what? No, not again. Just the latitude difference give us 46 degree what? Just 46 degree. Now, step 3 is going to be your distance, which is equal to what? Latitude difference
Times 111 kilometers.
times what?
111 kilometers.
The other one I wrote down for you just to prove this one. So that is not among. Exactly now. So if you multiply it, what do you have? Then this one is 46 times what? So if you do it, what do we have? You don't need calculator for this. You don't need calculator. Drop your calculator.
Yes.
Drop your calculator and do it. Do it without your calculator.
Okay, sir.
Let's go back to that our primary 5. We have 1, 1, 1. We have 46. Can we do it this way now? 6 times 1.
5,000.
Hey,
100.
can we do it together? This times this is what?
6. 6. 4. 4. 4. Carry one 11. 5.
You sure? How many of you got it correct? Not all of us, so speak for yourself. Did you get it that way? Without calculator? You will do this for me now. How many of you have traveled to Tema before? Tema is in which country? Ghana. Correct. Yes. It's a town or city in Ghana. Actually, he has traveled to that place actually. You will do this for me quickly. Example 2, you are doing this for me. I'm interested to know the questions I'm giving are SSCE external questions. Are you writing now? No, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When the student say no, it means yes. No, no. 1 yes. Okay. No, no is yes now. Write with me. What is the distance? What is the distance between the equator? Latitude 0 degree. Between the equator. Latitude what? 0 degree. What is the distance between the equator? Latitude 0 degree and Iran. Latitude 15 degrees south. 15 degrees south. Let me write it small so you not say it's 5.
Solution.
Now.
Now to solve it.
Yes, solve it now. The distance between the equator and Iran. Solve it. If you get it correct, no, she just stopped at the middle. She only got the latitude difference. If you get the answer correct, somebody else will give you 1,000 naira. Yes. If with 2,000 naira in his pocket, we'll give you one out of it. We'll give you one out of it. Finished?
Sir, 1,665 degrees.
My final answer.
1,665 kilometers.
Are you sure? How did you get it?
First of all,
No, just give me the final step.
the final step. My
15 degrees times
101 kilometers.
And what do you have?
1,665 kilometers.
Let me see. I'm seeing error there. It's showing error there. Let me see it. You got it? Who first pronounced the answer? There is no unit there. Any science without unit is wrong.
So look at my unit.
He will give it to you. I'm seeing 2,500 naira in his pocket. He'll give you 1,000 out of it. He's not denying it. It's going to give you out of it. But remember to pay your tithe when you get the 1,000. Can we get to the next question, please? Let's go to the next question. Are we ready? What will be the exact distance? What will be the exact distance between Makurdi? What will be the exact distance between Makurdi? What will be the exact distance between Makurdi, latitude 35 degree north? Are we there? What will be the exact distance between Makurdi, latitude 35 degree north, and USA, latitude 10 degrees south, and USA, latitude 10 degrees south? Full stop. Question mark, sorry. Solve it now and give me the answer. Don't just press calculator. Ensure that you are writing it in according to the steps. You must work it out step by step. Don't just press calculator and give me the answer. You are looking at somebody's book to announce the answer.
2,775 kilometers.
What is your latitude difference?
My latitude is 25 degrees.
Your latitude difference is what?
25 degrees.
Wrong.
Yeah?
When one is in the north and the other one is in the south, what do you do?
One is in the north.
North to south, what do you do?
Oh shit.
Whatever you are saying, be careful. You're on live camera, somebody else is watching it. That is why I was able to know last week or about when people were writing tests here, those that were cheating. What's your latitude difference?
45.
45 multiplied by what?
Sir, 4,995 kilometers.
Let me see.
My head won't blow. Sir, am I right? 4,995 kilometers.
4995 km.
Yes.
A round of applause for me. For me. I am there and teaching you. When you are done, before you go home, collect 500 naira from her. She will give you the 500 naira. She promised it in the morning. Let's take the last question before we move to the next step. Please ensure that you are following the step. Ensure that you are following the step. You are from which state? You are from which state? Akwa Ibom. You are from which state? Enugu. Okay. Find the absolute distance. Find the absolute distance. Find the absolute distance between Akwa Ibom, latitude 60 degrees south. Find the absolute distance between Akwa Ibom, latitude 60 degrees south. 60 degrees south. And Enugu, latitude 15 degree north, 15 degree north. And Enugu, latitude 15 degree north. Yes. I'm waiting for your answer. Yes. If you want to tell me the answer, first of all, tell me your latitude difference. Then you tell me your final answer. Is what?
The latitude difference is 75.
35 what?
75
Degree.
75 degrees.
Uh-huh.
Then our what is the absolute distance is 8,325
kilometers.
Are you sure of the answer?
Yes.
Can you just clap for me? If you don't clap for me, you are a suspect. If you don't clap for me, you lose your hands. Uh-huh. Thank you. God bless you. Can you solve this one? Let's see how smart you are. Finally, let's see how smart you are. Please, you have to be extra careful and extra intelligent. Don't rush to it. What is the latitude of Akwa Ibom?
Akwa Ibom.
Yes. Of Akwa Ibom. What is the latitude of Akwa Ibom, comma? If the distance between Lafia, latitude 40 degree north, and Akwa Ibom, yes, is 1,110 km. 1,110 km.
Stop now.
I'm coming. Are we there? Yes. Additional information, take it now. Full stop. Question mark, sorry. After the question mark, taking that Lafia and Otukpo, taking that Lafia and Otukpo, sorry, I'm missing, is it Akwa Ibom I said?
Yes.
Akwa Ibom and where?
Lafia.
Okay, taking that Akwa Ibom and Lafia are in the same pool.
Taking that.
Lafia, sorry, Akwa Ibom and Lafia are in the same pool. Taking that, yes, Akwa Ibom and Lafia are in the same pool. Solve it, let me see. If you solve it, then you are super intelligent.
If you can solve it, they are the same pool.
Yes.
They are the same pool.
That is the same latitude.
Guys, they are supposed to be 40 degrees north. 40 degrees. Okay.
So why is
When I say they are in the same pool, either they are all in north or they are all in south. I'm not talking about the amount or the quantity of the degree.
Show me your calculator. Holy shit.
Finished? I have super intelligent students. I have super intelligent students, and I believe they can solve it. Finished? You are not finding distance. I'm giving you the distance. You have to find the latitude that is missing. If you are good in science and you can find the inverse, you can easily get it. Whatever you multiply must be divided. This is not difficult. Don't think very far. Think within your cycle.
I have 4,000.
The latitude is not even up to 15.
Not 15. Sorry, strictly.
First to get the answer, I drop this. Don't guess it. You show me your work.
I subtract.
There is no subtraction there. Maybe enough hint, isn't it? There is no subtraction there. There is no subtraction. There is no multiplication. There is no addition. No addition, no subtraction, no multiplication. I think I've given you enough expo, isn't it? Enough hint. You don't understand? You have less than 5 minutes to solve that and get your reward.
What's the reward?
You've not solved it. Solve it first. It's Buhari phone. And if I solve it, I'll collect 500 naira from all of you. If I solve it, 500 naira from each person here. And that will make me rich, super rich. I'll go for a Wausa, big one. Please, you are wasting my time. Can I solve it? Please, before I solve it, pass your handset to the front. Are they play, Abby? Are they play, Abby?
And the question is complete.
You have to find the latitude of here. Bible.
Okay.
The question have enough hint.
Give me your chair.
40 degree where? Lafia is where?
40 degree north.
The other time is Akwa Ibom, right? The latitude is unknown. We have to find out, isn't it? Our approximate distance is equal to what? To find latitude is equal to because we are told they are in the same pole. So Akwa Ibom latitude is what? 10 degree north. The 40 is there. He has gotten this latitude. You have to find the latitude of Akwa Ibom to put to it. That's all. That's why I told you that the answer is not even up to 15. Did I multiply? Did I add? Did I subtract? When you are given the questions, the fact that you want to cook a goosey soup and then somebody arrange the ingredient and put sachet tomato inside doesn't mean you should put it to. The one that is meant for a goosey soup is the one that you will use. Exactly now. Best. Do you know how to cook? What's your best food that you can cook? Is it hot water? Tell me your best soup that you can cook perfectly without any supervision. And nobody will supervise you, can cook it well. And when people are eating, they are nodding their head, even when nobody is calling them. Tell me now, camera is on you. I'm asking you. It means you don't know how to cook. Guys, can you see her very well? Valentine, don't take her out. What food can you cook perfectly well? Rice. Jollof or stew? Jollof rice. Jollof rice. What can you cook very well? Eh? Waiting soup. Egusi soup. Okay, let's listen to the ingredients. Tell us. Stand up now. Tell us the ingredient for the egusi soup. It's an advert. There are guys here ready to get married. Yeah, tell us. Let's see if there is going to be an extra thing that will enter, isn't it? That is not meant for egusi. Stand up. Don't worry. Tell us. Camera is on you. Just tell us. Just list the ingredient. Don't tell us the process. Just list the ingredient for egusi soup only. Meat. What kind of meat? Goat, cow, any meat can enter. Okay.
Even vulture.
Don't worry. Let's continue. Don't mind them. Meat. Stockfish. Expensive soup. Ugu. Is it egusi? Or Benin seed? Okay. Crayfish inside. One more again. 10,000 is gone. 10,000 naira is gone. Please listen to her. What kind of oil? Red oil. Okay. Listen, don't make noise. Eh? You are true. Okay, sit down. There is one sister there. Your best food that you can cook, dish. Okay, you are the type that will tell a guy, I'm sitting somewhere in the restaurant, come and meet me. You are the type. Will you go? You know how to cook. But she just advertised herself and the guys are watching and it's on live. Everybody is watching it online.
Why do you say you are 10,000 years?
Now, there is no. Did you mention something like tomatoes? Nothing, isn't it? So if all the ingredients are outside and I add tomatoes, sachet tomatoes or fresh tomatoes inside, and I ask you to come and cook for me, will you put the tomato because I put it inside? I have this question because there is an information. Many of you went ahead to use what 40 degree, whereas it's not meant to be what used.
Why did you not mention it?
It has to come out. If I don't mention it, you have to find this one and find the other one too. Exactly now. But now you know the formula now. That's why I say you have to. If you are a good student and you always interested in finding the inverse of anything, you will get it, isn't it? Whatever you multiply, the inverse of it is division. True of us. Whatever you multiply, the inverse is what? Division. Then you can get it. Exactly now. We still have time to go to the next one. That's mine. You know. So we are moving to the next one, longitude and local time.
Longitude.
And local time. Please be fast because we are expected to stop by 11 and it's almost time. Can we write fast and quickly? Longitude.
What you are disturbing us.
Are you writing?
Yes.
It's an imaginary line drawn on the Earth's surface. Drawn on the Earth's surface. It's an imaginary line drawn on the Earth's surface. Running Earth's surface. Running from north to south. Running from north to south. Dividing the earth. Running from north to south. Dividing the earth into two equal parts. Dividing the earth into two equal parts. Bracket open. East and west. Bracket close. Measured in degrees. Measured in degree. Measured in degree. Measured in degree. Measured in degree. Full stop. Are we there now? Now let me just explain to you. Let me explain to you clearly. What that means is that when we say something is an imaginary line, it means that the line could be drawn on any side of the earth. That's why we call it what? Imaginary line. It can be drawn from many sides, and whichever side is being drawn from, it still stands as what? Longitude. Exactly now. And the essence is to divide the earth into what? East and west. We call it line, we call it distance, and we call it what? Cycles. Exactly now. Because it's like a rings around the earth. How many of you have ever peeled an orange with your finger? You don't use razor to slice it. You peel it with your finger and then you begin to put it into slices, isn't it? Now, if you after peeling it, if you put your hand to one angle and put it to under, isn't it? And you roll it, any of the slices can come to the middle, true or false? And that one can stand as a perfect line, isn't it? And if you roll it again, another slice will come to the middle, true or false? And that can also serve as a perfect line. That is to say, any of the line could be called what? A longitude, exactly now. Because unlike latitude, all the lines of longitude are equal in length. Equal in what? Length. And both of them converge at both poles. They meet in the North Pole and they also converge in the South Pole. Exactly now. Unlike the lines of latitude that are parallel, the lines of longitude converge. Converge means meet at both poles, either North Pole or South Pole. Exactly now. Just like if you peel an orange with your finger and you look at all of them meet together up and then meet together down. Exactly now. All right. My ink is finished. I hope she has gotten another one. Actually, it is beautiful more than that, but I cannot keep on cleaning. I keep on having something. You're done with the diagram, you let me know. Okay, where's your diagram? You're tired? Do it now. You don't procrastinate or you don't delay. You do it now. Some people are drawing leaves. Be fast about it. Okay, that space is very small. Good. Where's your diagram? No space. What happened to this? Please, as you are in the diagram, because of our time, let me just go through it. Now, the one at the middle is called the prime meridian and it's measured 0 degree. And it's measured 0 degree, the one at the middle. Now, as you are writing, you pay attention to as well. The prime, any of the lines here, all the lines of longitude, all the lines of longitudes are called meridian. Are called what? Meridian. Are called meridians. And then at the same time, they are all equal in length. Equal in what? Length. No one is longer than the other. They are all the same in length. Then if you watch the board again, all the lines, they converge at North Pole. They also converge at South Pole. Now, if you look at the board, like I show you the orange just now, any of the line can become a prime meridian. But the major lines called the prime meridian run through London to what? To Accra. Run through London to where? Accra. Accra is in which place?
Ghana.
Ghana. Is it the capital city of Ghana?
Yes.
Or the federal capital in Ghana, isn't it? Yes. From London through what? Accra. And it is what we use to measure local and international time. Exactly now. The time we are talking about is measured from that line called the prime meridian. Exactly now. All right. I repeat, certain things to note in the diagram. All the lines of longitude are equal in length, and they are all great cycles. Great what? Cycles. Because all of them can divide the earth into 2 equal parts. There is no small cycle in longitude. All the lines of longitude are equal in length, and so they are all great cycles. There is no small cycle in longitude. Exactly now. The one at the middle, the center line, is called prime meridian. And all other lines are what? Meridians. Exactly now. Subheadings, important lines of longitude. Important lines of longitude. Number 1. Prime meridian. Number 2. Longitude 100° east. Number 4. Longitude 80° east. Number 5. Longitude These are the important lines of longitude. How many are there in number?
7.
Are you sure? It says 7 with latitude, isn't it?
Yes.
Can we go through them? Let's take them one by one. Number 1. Eh? You said what? Number 1 is what? Number 2.
Longitude 180 degrees. Longitude 100 degrees.
100 or 100?
100.
Uh-huh.
Longitude 80 degrees east.
Uh-huh.
Longitude 180 degrees west.
Mm-hmm.
Longitude 100 degrees west.
Uh-huh.
Longitude 80 degrees west.
Thank you. You finished writing? Let's look at the features of longitude. Features of longitude. Let's look at the features. These are some of the characteristics or features of longitude. Number one, say all the lines of longitude run from north to what? South. They are drawn on the Earth surface from north to where? South, isn't it? Number two, they say all the lines of longitude converge, that is meet at both poles. What are the poles? North and south. Number three, all the lines of longitude are measured in degrees, isn't it? We have 180, 180 degrees. Then, all the lines of longitude are great cycles. Why are they called great cycles? Because they are equal in length. Because they can divide the earth. Each of the line can divide the earth into two equal parts. Number six, when you put the lines of longitude together with the lines of latitude, you can find absolute point on the Earth's surface. Number seven is the reason why we are studying it in the first place. Number seven is our reason at this level. Lines of longitude are used to find local time of a place. Is that clear now? And that's why we are using it now. Let's write subheadings, uses of the lines of longitude. Uses of the lines of longitude. The lines of longitude. Uses of the lines of longitude. Uses of the lines of longitude. This is number 1. This is number 2 uses. Please state it out clearly. Any question? Any question? If you finish, you can go for your break. We'll continue from here in our next class.
When is the next class? When is the next class?
When next we meet again?
Next week, Tuesday.
There is no questions. You are free to go for your break. Oga will tell us what you have after break.